Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Replicas. And this is starring Keanu Reeves as a neuroscientist, who is working on a project to move people's consciousness into robots. And then his family dies. But guess what? He doesn't try to put them into robots, he tries to make clones. But where's the clones come from, you say? And just by how sarcastic I am being at the beginning of this review, I bet you can tell I absolutely love this film. Ooh, this was bad. This was a bad movie. This is, like, thinking back to last year, I don't know if I saw any. Like, I gave myself a bit of a break in 2018. I'm like, I'm not going to see complete garbage. Probably going back to like The Bye-Bye Man and Nut Job 2. Bad. Nothing really worked in this film for me. And starting with Jeffrey Nachmanoff, who's the director, tonally this feels all over the place. I don't know if it's supposed to be serious. Don't know if it's supposed to be funny at moments. Am I supposed to feel something at moments? And it just feels forced and stiff and obnoxious. And I don't know what he did with his actors for this movie because nobody seems to be acting like actual human beings except for Thomas Middleditch. You go, Thomas Middleditch. You're the only one that kind of feels like a human being. But everything else, it's just like I didn't really feel anything. I didn't feel a connection to anything. And the writing by Chad St. John, woof. This story makes no sense. And it's just like, here's the big overarching thing. It's trying to be two separate movies. Are we trying to make robots with human minds, or are we trying to clone people? Is this movie supposed to be about Keanu Reeves trying to achieve his dream, or to save his family? Because the thing is, if he's trying to like achieve this dream of connecting consciousness to machines and then tries to do that with his family, that would make more sense. But no, where's the cloning come from? Thomas Middleditch. And it's just like, okay. And then by the end, I'm like, I don't care about either of these things. And there's some things that could have been really cool about this film, but then they're not, because it's not really handled well. The dialogue is atrocious. It's just dumb. And this character, this scientist that Keanu Reeves plays, is so stupid and makes no sense. And there's no logic. And there's so many things he should have been thinking about. And if he's a neuroscientist, I would hope that he would be thinking about these things. But the thing is, he really doesn't. And then even the movie kind of CinemaSins him. Like other characters, like, did you not think about this? And I don't want to give anything away, but there's some stupid stuff in this movie. And it's just like, you could have sat back and thought for 2 seconds, and the lazy cop-out's like, I was bereaved. I had a lot on my mind. It's like, okay, but like, you're still like a highly intelligent scientist. You still could have thought about some of these things. And none of the characters feel like real people. Feel like a bunch of robots, which there's robots in it, but oh jeez, nothing really works. And that's the sad part about this film, because it could have been cool. The CGI is horrendous. There's like the robot CGI looks like the giant claymation robot thing from RoboCop from the 80s. And it's just like, where's your budget? Why include that? It looks bad. And when they even try to make it move, it looks even worse. And it's just like, why? And the characters, like his boss feels like a cartoon. And honestly, the performances are really bad too. Thomas Middleditch is the only one that seems like a genuine person. Keanu Reeves looks like he's either sleepwalking or really trying hard to read his lines and sound believable, but they don't at all. And then God, Alice Eve is awful in this movie. It's like, I feel like she's reading lines. And just like, could you have taken another take? Nothing in this movie really works at all. And like some of the CGI, like there's like Minority Report-esque kind of stuff, and with like this tech, like hologram screens and stuff, that looks cool. The music isn't terrible. Like it fits, it works with the film, and I appreciate just a tiny bit they're trying to throw some Dutch angles and stuff like that to at least shake some things up. But, and there's one particular thing that I think really encompasses this movie that really isn't spoiling a whole lot. He needs a generator, so he steals all the batteries out of all of his neighbors' cars. And then the cops come to question him, and they show up, "Sir, somebody's been stealing all the batteries out of people's cars in your neighborhood. Have you been affected?" It's like, no, they didn't. "Oh, you're the lucky one. Well, let us know if you hear anything." And they leave, and it's just like, what? And it's just like, how'd that get into the movie? And then they don't hear anything else about that. He just commits this crime and gets off that easy, and nobody asks any questions. It's just like, that's this movie in a nutshell. If you couldn't tell I didn't like this, I wouldn't recommend this to anybody. And if I was still doing grades, this is getting a big fat F. But those are my thoughts. Let me know if you've seen this and you liked it. Tell me what I was missing, because I would love to have a conversation with somebody. I was in the theater with my friend Joey T's Cartoon Palooza Joe, and we were just like, he wanted to riff track like Mystery Science Theater the shit out of this movie. There were other people in the theater, so we really couldn't get away with that, but it was bad. There's one line, I literally looked at him and I'm like, what? That makes no sense. It's so dumb. No real human being would say that. But yeah. So thank you as always for checking in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.